Okay, so walk me through where we're at. I know I saw your post, but where are we in the journey?
Literally, I am right now looking at short sale properties. Right now I have a property that I'm looking at. It's a probate, pretty much property. It's on the market.
Okay.
And so I'm just having trouble coming up, this one especially, coming up with a cash offer because a house 2 months ago in September, same house, um, it sold for 950,000 dollars. But it did nothing was done to it. It only sold to $950,000 because it was on a bidding war.
Huh.
So
Where was this? What's city and state?
San Jose, San Jose,
Oh,
California.
wow. Is that where you're located?
I'm in Stockton actually, Stockton,
Oh, you're in
California.
Stockton. Cool. Dude, that's a good market. That's a good
Uh,
market. And
uh,
look, when more and more foreclosures start to hit the market, I remember in '07. I mean, unfortunately, your city got hit hard,
uh,
but it was
uh,
an amazing opportunity for investors. I mean,
yeah.
investors went in there and just made a killing during that time frame. I remember it. So, okay, cool. All right, so it's in San Jose and it's 900K. Now remind me again, you're licensed too?
No, I'm
No.
not.
Okay. Okay, cool. No problem. Not that you need it, but okay, so it's in probate. And there was another property right around the corner that sold for 900,000. And somehow they were able to
950,000.
950,000 and they were somehow able to create a bidding war.
Yeah.
Interesting. In this market too. How long ago was that 950,000? When did that one sell?
Uh, that one sold 9/2, September the 2nd.
Okay. So then they intentionally priced it lower. All right. So with this probate property, number one, is court confirmation required?
No.
No. So the
So
administrator or the executor of the estate has full authority to sign off?
yeah. So basically, I'm in contact with the agent right now.
Good.
It's on the market.
Okay. We'll look at it right now, but I'm trying to get the facts so that I have a better idea of how to structure it. Okay. So it's on the market and the executor has full authority. Like we don't have to go back to court. If the executor signs it, it's done.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, those are great because there's other probates where the executors or the administrators don't have full authority, and then you have to go back to court. It has to be presented to the judge. Judge has to sign off, and at that moment, other people can actually go into court and they can try to overbid your offer. Okay,
No,
so
not from what I was talking to the agent. He never said anything like
cool.
that to me.
Okay, cool, perfect. All right, all right. Let's take a look at this. Let's see what let's see if we can comp this one out. I got like a gazillion windows open, so just bear with me. What's the address on this one?
So the address, let me give you the address here. 101
Mm-hmm.
61
Mm-hmm.
Singleton Road, San Jose.
Okay.
That's it. Yep. And then the comp that
Now,
I have the comp.
have you seen the interior of this?
Yeah, I have pictures. It needs at least $70,000 to $75,000 worth of work. It is
Okay, so
outdated, like 60s, like outdated, old.
okay, so it's outdated, but it's not like it's a gut job. It's just outdated.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you typically use when you're trying to calculate repairs? How do you calculate it?
I use Jerry Norton's like calculations.
Good.
I have a program that I usually use, but sometimes it's kind of off sometimes. So that's why I'm trying to get a better understanding, I guess.
Okay. It is flipping. What's his software called? Flipping. It's good stuff
Flip
actually, but
mastery.
Flip Mastery. Okay, cool. Yeah, he has good stuff. All right. So here's how I do it. All right. And again, this is just how I do it and it works for me. When I take a look at a property, if it's a lipstick fixer and it's just carpet and paint or flooring and paint, I'm going to assume that it's going to be about $25 a square foot. Okay. And that's just paint and floor, $25 a square foot. If it's a remodel, Okay, so that means I gotta, just like what you said, I gotta update the kitchen, I gotta update the bedrooms, I gotta update the bathrooms, all of that stuff. I'm gonna do about $50 a square foot, anywhere between 45 to 55, but I'm probably gonna do about $50 a square foot. And if it's a total gut job, if it's a gut job where it's like really bad, I'm gonna do between $75 to $85, probably use an average of about $80 a square foot. So if
Yeah.
what you're telling me is right, then it's about $50 a square foot, 50 times. You're looking at about $60,000 is in repairs. Does that sound about right?
That sounds all right, yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, I always overestimate repairs and I always underestimate ARV. Always, 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 always. All right. The reason that I do that is because this way, for investors, if we're looking at this as a wholesale opportunity or even a creative wholesale opportunity or whatever we're going to look at it, if I prep them for more repairs, more than what they're anticipating and spending, then it's a lot easier when they go in and they're like, hey, dude, you told me this was like $70,000 in repairs. And really I go in there and it's only like 40 or 50,000. And I'm like, great, then it's a deal, right? So I always prep people for more in terms of cost to repair. And then the ARVs, I always lower the ARVs, okay, which is the opposite of what most wholesalers do. Most will underestimate the repairs and then they'll overestimate ARV. I want you to do it backwards, all right? So in this case, we're going to assume 60. I mean, we can even say 65,000. Now I use this. This is the calculator that I use. I'll give you access to it too if you want to use it. But so I come in here and then I do my rehab. I'm going to say rehab on this one's going to be about 65 as soon as it loads. Okay. Now, it just hit the market too, huh?
Yeah,
Okay. Bed and bath count is different than tax record. So this is a 3 and a 2. What is it really? What does county
it's a
say?
2 and a, it's a 2 and a
2 and a 1? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to have to adjust for that in comps. Here's how I usually comp it. Now, if you have access to Privy, Privy is good. It's a little bit faster too, but I've just gotten used to doing this. So this is how I do it. Take a look at where it's at on the map. All right. Then I will try to find it here. And then I go to only sold. I don't care about active. Active doesn't mean anything to me. I go to homes. I deselect them all. I pick houses. Then I want the homes that were sold in the last 14 days. Okay, those are the most accurate comps. So this one is right above East Capitol Expressway. Here's East Capitol Expressway. And the closest comp to me is going to be this one at 1.4, but I have a feeling this is built in like 2022 or 2020 something. So our best comp is going to be in this little pocket right here. Okay, you're not supposed to cross over main roads, so I don't want us really crossing over here, but I'm just going to look at this just out of curiosity. This one is double the size of ours, and I'm sure it's new construction. So I can't really use it as, yeah, built in 2017. So this isn't a comp for us anyway. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust year built, and I only want it, let's say 1970. Let's see what that does for me. Now it brings it down to 1 down here. And again, this is not really where I want to be. I want to be up here. This is where this property is. This is really the best area. Okay. And now we got one for 1.08 though up here. 4-bed, 2-bath, 1,400 square feet, and it sold for $1,075,000 in November. This to me looks like a flip. This is a flip.
Yeah.
I think it is. Or somebody that just has really good taste, right? So let's take a look at what this was purchased for. Built in 67. This is good. And no, it's not a flip, dude. So the last time it sold was in 1994. Then they put it on the market in June for $998. And it ended up selling for $1,075,000 in November.
Wow,
all right.
Yeah.
So we know that this is $1,075,000. It's a 4-bed, 2-bath. This one is a 2-bed, 1-bath. Really, on county records, I know it says 3 and 2, but we're going to go by what's on county. So I will adjust $15,000 for every bedroom, which means I have to take out $30,000 and $10,000 for every bath. So now I got to take out $40,000. So now I'm down to $1,035,000. This one is also a little bit bigger at a 1,400 square feet. So if I'm probably going to say this is worth maybe $975 once fixed
Okay.
up. That's kind of where I'm at. So ARV is about $975 estimated. And like I said, I tend to want to bring the ARV down. So let's just put it at 950 just to be safe. Okay. So now we're at 950. Our rehab is about 65. Now we need to figure out, okay, so what price should we get it at? They have it listed for 775. So if I plug in 775 as the price, as my goal price, this will tell me how much we'll make or lose. So at 775, if I want to make a $25,000 wholesale fee, right, and sell it to an investor for 800,000, most investors are going to use hard money, which means that they're going to use this format: 85% hard money, and it's 85% of the rehab plus the price, so it's 865. So 85% of that is 735. An investor will then have to come in with 15% for 129. So if they come in with 15% at 129, they are going to net minus 104,000, which means a cash on cash. Well, bottom line is they're losing money. So 775 is not our price. Investors want to see a minimum of 30% return. I mean, they'll get away with 20 if they can, but 30% is really the sweet spot. That's where they want to be. Anything beyond that is the cherry on top. So let's see what happens when we make this 650. 650. They're spending, you would have to get it under contract for 650, put your wholesale fee on top. You could resell it to an investor for 675. They spend 111,000 and they get back 26,000. It's close, right? 23% return, but I think you're going to have to do better than that. So you'd have to be at about 620.
Yeah.
So 620, now they're spending 106 and they're making back about 57. And this is selling it for 950 with, you know, commissions, depreciation, closing costs, investor interest. This shows everything. This has all their expenses. So 620, 630. So even at 630, you're okay. Maybe 640. 640, you're at 33%. So your sweet spot is about 640 if you can get this property at 640.
Yeah. That's what I was kind of, I kind of come up with 620 at first, but then, yeah, 630, 640. Okay.
Yeah, you're in your initial hunch was right, dude. You're on the money.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm just giving you a tool, and I'm going to give it to you that can do it. You know, you just do it much faster. You just punch in the numbers and you can kind of like, okay, where do I got to be? Now, mind you, that is in a perfect world scenario. You may not get the offer accepted at 640. Okay, it might be too low. Okay, so what you can try to do is maybe come in at 700 and then go do an inspection and see if you can find any leverage where you can renegotiate once you're in escrow.
Okay.
Right? You could try that. You could see if that works. Or what you can do is you can try to do something creative. Okay, so
Yeah.
here's the other option. So what you can do is you can say, okay, we know the ARV is 950. What if the seller puts a lien on the property for 600 or 700? Let's see what happens. And you give them a down payment of, I don't know, 25. So if you give them a down payment of 25, and then you include your assignment fee of 25, let's see. Closing costs are 9,000, repairs are 65, commissions you still got to pay. Now, what monthly payments are payments we would make to the seller. If you do it this way, the buyer actually nets 70,000. They net a little bit more, and then the seller gets a higher price for 732. So let me explain to you what I just did. All right. So lately, what I've been doing with sellers is I'll tell them, look, if I give you an all cash offer, I got to come in at 640. Okay. At 640. That's the best I can do all cash. But if you're willing to work with me, I can get you more money and everybody wins. All right. So I will give you a $25,000 down payment. I'll give you $25,000 right now. Okay. Give me 6 months, 6 months of no payments. 6 months, and I will make improvements to the property. During those 6 months, I will come in there and I will fix this property up. I will rehab it. Okay. Then from month 7 through 12, I'll start making payments to you. I will pay you, and it can be $1,200 a month. It can be $1,500 a month, whatever it might be. So let's say we agree on $1,500 a month times 6 months is $9,000. So we pay them $9,000 a month from month 7 through 12. And then in a year, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I have to balloon you out. So in a year, I have to flip this property, get it sold, and you will get $700,000.
Wow,
Okay.
okay.
Right. So what I'm doing is, some people call it novation. This isn't really novation though. It's like a hybrid of it. So I've been doing this and we've been pretty successful with it. Now with the probate, it might be a little sticky because I don't know how many errors there are. So I don't know
Yeah.
if like there's like 3 or 4 people as heirs who are waiting for their money. And if they're waiting for their money, they may say, we just want a fast deal. We need the money now, which is
Yeah.
fine. They may say that. But if they're not hurting for it, and they're willing to wait, I can get you, if we do this right, I can get you $734,000 in the next year. Just work with me, or I can do $640,000 right now, all cash. Which is better for you? All right. Now, the benefit to the seller is they get more money.
Yeah.
Okay. The benefit to the buyer is all the buyer has to do is they got to come up with the down payment, the assignment fee, the closing costs, the repairs, the commissions at the end, and really the subtotal comes out to about 172,000. Now, the commissions though, they pay at the end, so they don't have to pay that up front. So what happens is really all they're doing is they're coming in with $124,000. All they got to pay is the down payment, the assignment fee, the closing costs, fix the property up, and then they can sell it within a year and they'll net 69,000. They'll actually net more this way than they would if they were to do hard money. And the benefit to the buyer is Mr. or Mrs. Buyer, you don't have to get a hard money loan. You don't have to pay any points, because if you get a hard money loan, you got to pay points. You don't have to pay the excessive interest that a hard money lender would charge, right? And you save all that money. So instead of getting a hard money loan, really what happens is the seller becomes the lender. They're lending you $700,000 during that year. And then all you got to come up with, Mr. Buyer, is 100, or Mrs. Buyer, 124,000, and you walk away with about $70,000. About 70,000. So they make more money. They make more money, and the buyer makes more money this way.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Yeah, it does. Okay.
But you have to get.
that you have.
But you have to get the. I'll give it to you. It's a spreadsheet. After we're done, I'll share it with you. All you have to do is just. You won't be able to edit this version though. You'll have to make. You'll come here and you go file, make a copy, and then you can make a copy, and it'll be your own version. I tell everybody though, don't mess the black. Don't screw with the black cells though, because once you start messing with the black cells, it screws up the. These all have like formulas on them.
Okay.
All right, but you can undo it anyway. But that's my point. So if I was you, I'd call the agent. I'd be like, look, I've done my numbers. As like all cash, I can do 640. But if the heirs can work with me, if you guys can work with me, I think I can get them more money.
Okay.
And then you see what the agent says.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for your help. That seems it makes more sense to me now. I'm seeing I was racking it in my head so many times yesterday, and so that's why I put on there. I need help.
Yeah, don't worry about it, dude. Anytime you need it, just message me and we can underwrite it together. I mean, I can do this like in minutes now.
Yeah, it's pretty fast the way you did it.
All right. And now are you going strictly after on market stuff?
No, both on market, off market. I'm working for actually I'm working I have a partner that buys property in basically Oakland, San Francisco, San Jose, but he's only looking for like off market properties. And
So
this
he
one
wouldn't
came
buy, he
out, and I
wouldn't
was
buy
like,
this one?
I could ask him. He just doesn't want to deal with the whole agents and all that stuff. He just wants to go, hey, here's the cash, and yeah, that's it. I could ask him. I thought I could ask him.
Well, look, dude, if you can structure this like this with the agent and you get the agent on board, that's money. That's,
Yeah,
dude, that's, I mean, to spend 172 to make 70, it's a no brainer.
Yeah, I see it.
right? But you got to get the agent to then get them on board. If you need me to get on the phone with the agent, I can help out with that. Just schedule a conference call with me and the agent, and I'll say, look, here's how. I've done this. I've done it already. We do it all the time now. Now, mind you, this type of structure only really started maybe like 4 months ago, right? I couldn't do something like this earlier in the year or last year. This wouldn't have happened. It just because there was the market was accelerating and there were too many buyers that were willing to overbid each other. But now that it's not like that anymore, right?
Yeah.
Now I can present something like this and be a little bit more creative. So I mean, it's not like this. I've been doing this for years. We just came up with the idea 4 or 5 months ago, and we just keep pitching it and pitching it and pitching it, and we've been doing it, and it's been working.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I've seen videos about this too. So yeah.
Yep.
Now that you're actually showing it to me, and the house that I'm looking at, I kind of see it better.
Yep. Yeah, I'll send you a copy of that. All right. How are you looking for the on market stuff? What are you using?
On Zillow, mostly Zillow. And then what I'm doing is looking at properties in San Jose. I'm putting like keywords like rehab, or I'm looking for like keywords like total remodel or tax lien, stuff.
Basically all of these words up here, the words that we've created searches for. So if you ever decide, I'll share this with you too, that you want to go virtual into any other markets. So say for instance, we want to look for repair, the keyword repairs, just like you were just describing. If I go into California and I copy this, you're out of here, Roberto. Good seeing you, dude. If I copy this cell and then just paste it, the search is already done for me in any state.
Okay.
So let's go. And it's only the searches that has that phrase or the word repair in it. So let's say you want to focus on Stockton. So right now in Stockton, I only see, or is that Manteca? Yeah. So there's 3 right in that area that I would say apply to, like, oh, and I don't do anything rural. Stay out of rural right now. Rural's tough, super tough. So we got 3. So these are 3. Now, mind you, it has the word repair, so maybe this says repairs have been done. So it may not. No, this is a good one, dude. Look at this.
Yeah.
77 days on Zillow. I would call this agent. See if you can structure an offer on it. Anyway, I'll give this to you too. But the point is that we've done all the heavy lifting, like all these phrases in every state. So all you got to do is click on the damn cell and copy and paste it, and then you've got your searches done for you.
Okay, that's perfect. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Paul.
Okay, no problem. Now, hold on. Let me start.